Alright, so I'm doing this the old-fashioned way. I'm going to record this and then upload it later. I just wanted to play with the Facebook Live thing because some of my friends have done it and I thought it was interesting. Anyway, so we've got this Irish ale, 14 days in the fermenter, and we got to check to see if it's ready for bottling. If it's ready for bottling, then I'll give Mike a call and get him over here and we can bottle it. But as it stands right now, I've got to check to see if it's there, if the yeast are done doing their thing. So here it is. Let's see. All right. Anyway, here it is. I got Mike or Cameron right here over my shoulder, so he'll be coming in and out of the view. So this here is called a wine thief. It's just a sanitized glass tube for sampling into the bottle. I got this here that I'm going to put the ale into for testing, and then this, of course, is the ale. It's kind of hard to read the fermentation temperature, but it was right around the 69 to 70 degree area for the most of the time. It's really active at first. I think I put up a video of that earlier. So what you can see here is all the yeast that was kind of up at the top of the beer when it was fermenting. Got an airlock on there so that oxygen doesn't get in and carbon dioxide is allowed to get out. And then we got a seal on there. So we sealed this up 2 weeks ago. So once again, we got something here that's going into our beer cold. So I sanitized it first. You might be able to see that on there. And it's going to dip it in there as far down as I can go. I put my finger over the top like that. Oh, that's not very much. Have to be a little more patient, I guess. All right, it's hard to see in there with all the yeast that got mooshed all over the inside during the fermentation. Let's see if that works better. There we go, got a little more. Just have to do this a couple times until we get all of the enough in there to float the hydrometer. So the trick here, once again, is we're going to use a hydrometer to measure the density of the fluid, density of the ale. As sugar gets turned into alcohol, the overall solution becomes less dense. So on the first day there, we measured the density. It was about 1.060. That's like a multiple of the density of water, so 1.06 times the density of water. And it should get down to about like 1.030 or 1.025, something like that. If it gets down that low, then we know the fermentation's done. If not, then I have a little trick that I do to get the fermentation going again. Because right now it's pretty quiet. It hasn't been bubbling for a couple days, so the yeast are pretty much gone back to sleep at this point. We can wake them up again if we need to, with a little trick of stirring.
Dad.
Yeah?
So about alcohol.
Uh-huh.
So how is it, like, how can you brew it and...
Well, what we do is yeast actually make alcohol. Just like, when we breathe, we make carbon dioxide. One of the things that yeast does when it breathes is it makes alcohol. So you make beer, the yeast eats some of the sugar in the beer, they turn it into alcohol and carbon dioxide. Alright, so we've probably got enough in here now. I hope I was showing that whole thing. So there it is. and take it out to where there's some better light.
And I'm cutting.
All right. So here you are out in my brewery. And right here we've got a thermometer, because when you measure this, you need to take into account the temperature. When things are hot, they're less dense, and when they're cool, they're more dense. And the actual density measurements that we make here are very, very precise. Very, very small amounts of difference will give you a different reading as to whether the beer is done or not. Let's see if I can find some place flatter. Unfortunately, the floor in here is tilted, so it all goes down. So water will go down the drain right there, but it makes it kind of hard to find something flat to measure on. Okay, so this says that we're at right at 65.
Ooh.
Or is that 70?
Let's
see. Yeah, it's 70. So it's 70 degrees. The beer is 70 degrees today.
Is that hot? Or...
It's a little warmer than you'd want if it was still fermenting, but for now it's okay. And so now, this is the hydrometer. It's got fine little graduations on it that allow us to... What? Yes. Yeah, that's a weight at the bottom, so it'll sink in the fluid. All right.
So Dad is going to put it in.
Yeah.
And same.
So it's again getting a nice flat thing, and then we'll just put that in there and see where it's floating at.
It is floating at, I can't even tell.
A pretty terrible cameraman, I think. Okay, so reading the graduations, we're at, it looks like it's just right below 1012. So there's, when you measure liquids, they tend to sort of make a little bubble or a little dimple in the top of the fluid, and you read from the bottom of that, and it looks to me like it's at 1012. So 1.012 times denser than water. So that's quite a bit less dense. So it looks like this is probably done. I'm going to do some calculations and see how much of this is of the original sugar's been turned into alcohol, and probably going to give Mike a call to get him over here so that we can bottle this stuff up. So let me hit pause for a moment.